I guess what we're thinking about today, and what you're thinking about today, is how do we energize our organizations, and also how do we ourselves learn to glow? And, you know, there's never been a more important time for each one of us to really reach into our energy and to reach into the sources of what I call hotspots, actually, in our lives. And what I'd like to do this morning is to think a little bit about how we might do that, to give you some ideas, some tips about what might it take for you to feel more energized and more innovative, and also to help your organizations to do that. So let me start by very briefly saying something about our world. Now, you might say, why start with that? Why start with the future? Why not start with right now? But what I want to suggest to you is that we are moving into a time which I believe will be different from anything we've experienced before. In fact, it's my new research project. We have 24 companies around the world just starting a debate, a conversation about the future. And what really got me started on this was looking at the future trends. And I'm actually just going to, let's see if we can, I'm going to very briefly, as we start this morning, talk about 5 things which I think will fundamentally change our lives. The first is demography. When are you going to die? Well, has anyone decided that? Yeah. How many people here are going to live beyond 80? Loads. Okay, keep your hands up if you're going to live beyond 85. What, 90? 95? Now let me see the 95ers. Well, I'm going to live till I'm 96. So that only leaves you and me. You know, Peter Drucker, who many of us love, and, you know, marvelous thinker, you know, one of the things he said is that when we look back to this age, we'll talk a lot about technology, and I'm going to say something about technology in a moment. But the truth is, the most astounding thing that has happened in our time is the length of our lives. That actually a world where many of us will live until we're 80 or 90, and where our children, if they're healthy, will live until they're over 100, is a world that's fundamentally different from the past. So the first thing I want to say is, imagine a life when you are going to be living, and those of you around you are going to be living way into your 90s, very possibly, and working. Now let me ask another question, okay? How many people here imagine they're going to be doing some sort of work beyond 65? Okay, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. Okay, so, yeah, we've got it, isn't it? I loved last week, I don't know if you saw this, I love the press, you know, and this marvellous piece in the Times that said, the Tories say we have to work another year. I mean, demography has told you that. You don't need the Tory party to work that out. We will be working much longer. Now, how long is entirely up to you. As others have pointed out, you either learn to live more modestly or you have to work. There isn't really any choice at all. And so the first point I want to make about our lives and our futures and the futures of our children is that we're going to live longer and we're going to work longer. My suspicion, by the way, is that many of us will be working way into our 60s and certainly into our 70s.